welcome back whānau to the 2026 Whakatane tournament. It's very warm down here today at Rugby Park, and coming up we have two of the big boys in the group, and I just want to welcome my good friend Reese here. And what's your thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, kia ora, Pete. Kia ora te iwi. No mai hoki mai. Yeah, Pete, I've been blessed enough to have 3 women's games this morning on the commentary, so it's great to be back in the seat. First men's game for me, playing up first, freezing hot. These teams have played against each other, as you all know, many times, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this men's. We've got 2-minute warning going on now, whānau, but this tournament can't be run without not only players, the teams, the referees, but also the committee have done a great job. Rod Walker and his whānau and the team putting this together in their 38th annual Whakataetae club competition, arguably the greatest club competition on the globe. It's great to be sitting in the seat next to you, Pete. We're bringing you all your wealth of experience and knowledge into this, and you'll take a good lead here. And as we go through, we'll acknowledge a lot of the sponsors, whānau, but Underwood and Wilkins, Ōhope, Iceman, obviously a great provider of uniforms and kit and Struddys, the Lion Foundation, excuse me, One Foundation, Whakatane District Council, and Whakatane Ōhope Community Board. Nā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. Looking forward to this one, Pete. This is a ding-dong battle coming out of Auckland. How do you see this one?
Well, I've looked at the Freezing Hot legacy, and they have got a true legacy in the men's program. I think what will be the decider is the current playing up side and how relevant they are together, you know. And they're going. They've got form coming out of Auckland, so it's going to be interesting, this Freezing Hot side and what they do defensively on at the back end. So that's where I think this is going to be won and lost. Through the field, we've got player for player. It should be good. The refs are really on song and opening the game up. So we've got a lot of young guns out there. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, so am I, and I can just see Finn Barnett not playing in this tournament, but just in the playing up sub box. What a wealth of experience they have in there. Tākoha Ropati obviously leading from the round when we're underway, playing up, winning the toss, taking this battle in. There's no half-time, whānau, so there's no drop-off, so we're straight into it. 25 minutes as they look to come down sweet with the inside ball. Come and check back in. Yeah, and it's an easy one. Back to the short side there, Pete.
Oh, I love the platform. You know, I used to coach this team, but never that good, you know, and then they run the sweep, and then they go to the link, run that hard, and then they do the two-step play back to the open side, and the Freezing Hot side defended. They move laterally, they come across, he goes wide, picks up that link channel, comes back, two-step, bang, down. But he had numbers there, but you know, the platform which moved that defensive line laterally was the key there. And as we're talking, the link defence of the playing up side, you know, Ngāpipi in the middle there, and we've worked a lot lately on our defence systems. You know, before we came down to this tournament, I'm privileged to be a part of the playing up setup. I won't say I coach it, but I do mentor it, and I do get opportunity to talk. And we talked about what they're willing to do to actually get over the line, and it's been a while. And a lot of it is really about the sacrifice of what their role is and what they're doing as they're coming through the field. 1, 2, 3. Maddox comes on, he takes the 4, and then what we're doing here and the flow of this, and even that there, like. If I look at it, and I look at that, and I look at what Freezing done there, I probably wouldn't have taken point defender there, and I probably would have checked a little bit more. But beautiful in itself, you know, as Chris comes through there, you know, a beautiful set. So as I said in this, you know, the defensive end is going to be the teller here, and we've gone back-to-back playing up there. But I like the consistency of the flow, so it's looking really good here. Let's see what Freezing Hot come back with here.
Yeah, unfortunately, just there, you know, the point defender pulled a corner and they went into man on and just became open to pickings. But Freezing Hot will get to the goal line here. They'll look to get to the 7 and potentially put something on here. Some good attackers in this team, checking back to the middle, trying to get to the link channel, back over to the left side middle, looking for an opportunity, splits left, looks to rip off to the short side, didn't get the picture he wanted. Splits in, looking for the chuck to hit the leg.
Oh,
Beautiful lane.
Tatui pops up. Oh, it's a good chase here. Tatui's going. And well done.
Beautiful defence in terms of the link, getting back onside nice and early, lifting in the lane, and a beautiful set of hands to take that intercept and go the way. Gee, it's good to see him running freely after a couple of recent injuries there.
Yeah, and you know, like he's a guy that's very athletic, but the confidence is the key to Tatui, and if he gets his confidence up, he's a world beater. If I go back to the box, you know, in the playing up box here, we've got, you know, Wuramu Takare, we've got Polda Piwini, and then we've got Finn. They've got a very experienced box, you know, like, and as they step out here, Freezing Hot, just do a couple of kickouts there, and I think just that not being together is the difference between them. And as the link lifts there again, you know, they need to have that consistency. But even just a nice strong platform, you know, you've got a few. I think that's Buddha there, and they just. I'd rather see them come to that 32 platform, go right to left, and put it back on their box side, and then trap playing up in, and don't let playing up get that 1, 2, 3 as they get into the engine.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy, isn't there? Depending if you can't score where you finish with the board, they gave playing up an easy kind of out there, and they just look so good through the orange here with a little wee check back in, looking to get strike from the middle. Nice and easy. They're running at about 70%, but they're just looking such control there. And look at that. Nice lift defensively. Nice lift. You know, like even taking that touch there. Yeah, I think they took away too much, playing up took away too much attacking range, which is distance forward, you know. So coming out of the 10, if they change up on that, they're probably going to get a better outcome as Freezing Hot come through. And just that link just needs to keep that width so that he actually gives a pass option as they're coming out of transition Freezing Hot. Yeah, and another strong defensive set from playing up. Like I said, they look very, very much in control, and it's the middle of the field as a lot of these games are dictated, and they just look so good playing up at the moment. I tell you what, if I'm having to pick a couple of title defenders, these guys are going to definitely be in the running, Pete, as they just work in. They're just in such nice control. Ropati just checks off. He'll be looking to strike.
Middle. And they go to a passive. And that's some good defence there. I love it. Link lifted and then lifted out, you know, and he lifted straight rather than lifting in. So that's really good Freezing Hot link defence there.
Yeah, the point defender got up there and he actually took that short side away nice and early, which allowed his open side defence to make a nice read. That's probably the best set of 6 defensively that's come out of Freezing Hotness, and they're looking to work their way back in. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, you got playing up, even though on the screen it's saying Freezing Hot 3. It's 3-0 to playing up at the moment on a 32 pick.
Oh, and we talked. Oh, I like it. I like it, and that's great double. And back inside trail. Oh, that's probably not what you want there, but they'll get back to their work. Yep, and this is coaching here. This is just discipline on what's next. What's next mentality. Even that one there, it's a good press by Freezing Hot, but you know they're only in touch 2, so they look wide. They go to a stretch.
Yeah, here they come now. Look at Pete, that looks like they're really looking to focus and attack in the middle of the field here. As
Chops goes to a Pam or a punish in the link, and he goes big, and that's a good ball, and that's a great finish.
Referee's having a bit of a consult here.
That's a good ball.
Yep, both sideline officials have cleared it.
Good ball.
And as you see, the scoreline has been remedied, so now that's playing up with an early strong lead after 6 minutes, 4-0 against Freezing Hot.
So if you were Freezing Hot here, what you go to? What you go to, my friend?
Well, unfortunately, even though they're trying to press through the orange zone, playing up and getting through the middle of the field very, very easy, and they're able to strike off every set. They've either got to start pressing to force a couple of errors, but at the moment, playing up, it just looks too clinical through the field. This is where they need to be putting on tries when they get the 7. And here they go. They're looking for the fake the quickie, looking to scoop the short side. He's dummy half.
He's dummy half.
Referee, it's not 5th touch, it's dummy half.
And that's good touch there. And then they get back to their work. This is where the discipline comes in. So what's your thoughts on weather, conditions, and engines? So you know, if you were coaching the team in terms it's 4-0. We're running hard. It's hot weather.
Yeah, there's no running from it, Pete. There's no shade. There's no stadium.
I like that. There's no running from it.
There's no running from it. You've just got to be in condition when you get here, especially in this grade. Like, I watched Pearl Jam in the Lex game. You know, there's athletes all over the show, and really, as the tournament goes through, you know, like we're coming up into round 4 in the men's grade now. That's 4 games from 9 o'clock this morning, and you know, there's a saying going around, you know, after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the men's grade really starts to heat up. So, yeah, freezing. I think if they can get if they can get one here, they might get a little bit of confidence. But let's see what happens. There's Buddha there at the link. He's looking for the ball. They need to get him on the ball ASAP.
And Takoha needs to stay in his zone when he defends. He's crossing and closing that middle gate. If it's on Chris's side, let Chris take it, and then he can pull straighter so they don't get the huge collapse. You know, well, they pulled out a play there. That's good on them.
Yeah, I've seen that play before from a few of these players, but I've still got great feet, Buddha, and you know, cross-coding as well with rugby league and touch. But it's good to see players that are professional athletes as well that have come back to Whakatane. I just walked past Nehi Milner-Skara running into 35-plus grade, and it's awesome to see those guys running. Yeah, that's down. Yep, good try.
Yes, and just, you know, if I have to talk to that one, passive at the touch, you know, and if you're passive at the touch, you're giving up that link zone, and then there's no comms there. He didn't push forward, so, you know, there's learnings and everything. He comes forward and probably comes forward too late. So when we got our assisting defence, if he's coming forward from the try line, then he's got there too late. He wants to be forward, coming through the 7, not making it on the 7. Too hard.
Yeah, definitely. And if they can get to the 7 a little bit more, freezing. Yeah, not square. So just defensively, a lapse in concentration down there, Pete, from playing up, and then another lapse there. As Buddha drives the ball forward, get out of his way.
Yeah, and that's better by freezing. Look, they've got 2 wins there, 2 in a row. They got to try, and then they come through.
Yeah, I did say if they could get one, Pete, then the confidence might and spring in the step. No, it's
let's
like getting
let's shift it to that 30. Oh, yeah, and he pushes it back in.
6 more.
Oh, he should have, you know, again, the ball watching, a little bit of ball watching going on. It should be just a drop and lift, and not drop and lift to attack it, but drop and lift just to take away that space. You know, for anyone listening out there, as they go middle, crossover, that's better by Mania. Just a straight strike and lift, and wingers come with him.
Yeah, easy read there.
Yeah.
Great defensive defense there.
Yeah, and because he gets good defensive range, you know, he gets a good read on it. They go to a 32, and that's a good touch by Tatui. Balances that one up. That's better. And better technique for anyone watching out there. You know, doesn't get over the top of his feet. And that's good there. That's good, D. That's good. The better drop and lift, and you know, like unfortunately, that freezing. I'd like to see that pick, and play the body and go to that open side. Let's see, playing up, going to the engine again.
Confidence in moving the ball, playing up. If they see an opportunity, it doesn't matter if it's first touch or last. They're going to promote the ball, and here they go.
It's getting a little bit clunky though. You know, I wouldn't have been happy with that. As they shift, that's a good. And that's got to be, yeah. Unfortunately, John, unfortunately, John, I think he was never on. So, but anyway, we get back to it. Yep. Freezing hot, coming to the engine again. That's a good one.
Coach Takeda just having a little word to the sideline official there, saying it was a lucky one.
Oh,
so
this is interesting. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. We just had a little bit of disruption in the commentary here.
I must say, though, Pete, and I know you are connected to this club playing up, and one of the best things that I've seen around, apart from the touch, is the long-sleeve T-shirt.
Yeah,
they look lovely.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, if you do this all day, I think I can look after you, you know. You know, I used to give out avocados. I give out long-sleeve tees now. As freezing go wide and go left to right, I'd like to see them come back right to left. You know, put it on their box side. And don't let the easy out for playing up.
Yeah, and once again, it's we talked about it at the start of the game. You mentioned the orange zone, which is the middle of the field. When they're looking to sub and get fresh players on, playing up have been distinctively better in that area.
Yes.
And just like any ball sport, I think, Pete, and with your experience in touch, field position and retaining possession
Yes.
often gets the chocolates. So here they go playing up again. I'm really looking forward to the strike here.
We used to have this little saying, double D, double P, and P's are possession and position. So where you are on the field and if you've got the ball.
That's a lovely one. I might have to use that one. I'm going to be able. I've got a few tournaments lined up to get back on the microphone.
And the double D's are discipline and defence. There you go.
Thank you, Whānau. So for everyone out there, it's discipline and defence. Here you go, the split infield. I love that play. If you're listening, one of the players from where I'm down in Christchurch, Alex Taifu, one of his go-tos, very good exponent of it. Good to see it still around. Playing up.
And just release. And just release.
Gee, this boy
It's better. That's all right. I feel that's due to playing up or chasing a number, they're just losing a little bit of discipline, and they shouldn't chase a number, you know. So chase a perfection in terms of setup, chase a exit. You know, chase a finish rather than chase a number. And we can get caught out in chasing a number, and then it gets clunky. And in the last 5, I have to say they're a little bit clunky. You know, the score says 5-0. It's actually 5-1. But Freezing Hot really came back in a couple of segments where they got that quickie down, and then they stopped one over there, and it just gets frustration. They just need to be a lot more disciplined. And when I gave the young fellas this talk, that's part of the talk, is that mental strength as well.
Yeah, nice Freezing Hot here. Tap off from halfway.
Yeah, Freezing Hot goes.
Unofficially, it's 5-1.
They go to a 32 platform. Link could have made that one. He came right out of the zone. There's no lift from the outside here. He's going lateral. Got some good feet there.
I do like the way that Freezing just aren't looking for little quickie plays. They are looking to open up the field, but for me, Pete, and just noticing from our coaching, from our commentating position, the link defenders have been outstanding for me in this first 15 minutes. The way that they get onside early and lift so hard to help their middles out defensively. And
it's that assisting defence that we've promoted in our club, to be honest, Reece. We've really promoted that. The effort areas are a given, and in men's, the effort areas are absolute given. And then as we say that, and then there's the IQ of smarts, We didn't get the last one, but we certainly got that one. As Razor picks and goes through, got the offside call. Now they just need some discipline here and not taking away too much of the range. And then they go to a Pam. Oh,
defence there by Bura.
Yep.
Easy read for him. He would have seen that plenty of times in the Auckland competition, that's for sure.
Yep. And that sweep with the follow.
Go back to the coaching staff of playing up there. Not too sure if Ōhope, when he signed his transfer from Canterbury.
Well, we've stolen a lot of really, really good things from Canterbury, and we've just got another one, Ōhope. And if he's got a long sleeve tee, which I think he has, oh, look at it, beautiful, atahua.
Yeah, I can see Ōhope there, Coach Pia winning in his long sleeve T-shirt.
A lot of people don't know, but Polder and Wuramu were fortunate enough to coach the New Zealand 20 men's to a gold in the last Trans-Tasman. So they've got a little bit of history. And I think, he might be our lucky, I don't want to say it, but he might be our lucky. Everyone needs a little bit of luck, and I think Polder's going to be ours this year.
Oh, yeah, okay. There you go. At the Iwi, there's an early call. Peter McIntyre looking at playing up early on in the day. There's plenty of sides out there that are looking sharp at the moment, but here goes Freezing Hot again. Nice little dive there.
But do they have Polder?
He's a good friend of mine, Polder, from down in Christchurch, and it's always good to see him. Regardless of who he's involved with, he's always giving back to the game, and it's a beautiful thing. Freezing Hot really need to get on the board here.
I think I like when they go to the link, they attack that link, go and attack that link and maybe fake it and go the long.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been very successful, so go back there. They go middle, do the fake one with the splitter, gets in behind, and wow, that's a good down.
Yeah, you were talking about a fake there, and they didn't go to the fake long, but they did fake it there, Pete, and created an opportunity from dummy half, really, which is, you know, defensively, if a player's getting into the in goal with dummy half, there must be a lapse in concentration there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I say communication before the concentration, you know, like, and the roles and responsibilities in terms of that. But well done, Freezing Hot. So he comes in, gets Napipi goes wide. And I talked last year about that middle overcompensating, you know, and going with that. And it was exactly like last year's one. He went with the movement of the body rather than the movement of the ball. And that... Yes, and now the score with that touchdown will go to 7-2, and they're running that sweep play in the link, and then running that two-step early release. You know, it's been very successful today. What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I just think with the current Freezing Hot side is when they come into a touch and corner situation, they're over-committing to the short side, and that faking the short side, whether it be a sweep or a quickie, and plussing. So when you talk about a plus, it's just feeding back to the person that played the ball. They're creating that opportunity, and then there's either a collapse coming, and when that happens, they can throw it over the top, or if the winger holds, it's a walk-in. So just a little bit of overcommitment from the corner side for me, and when you're not quite at the top of your peak physical performance, sometimes that's the first to happen. You know, you overcommit where you shouldn't.
Yeah, and just as we're talking about that, Freezing had a couple little good digs there, but they're now playing up it back into their work. Just keeps coming. In the men's grade A, you've got to have the ability to get into a grind, and it's so hot that if you don't come conditioned, it'll get you.
Yeah, that's right. And at the moment, you know, I'm just looking at this playing upside. Physically, they just look so in tune. Oh, it was, you know, I've taught out a few plays playing up, and good to see them starting to express themselves.
Yeah, that one was the setup from the box, though. So they went far side, done the middle X or crossover back to a sub-player middle coming through, which was chops. You know, really, real smart coaching there. I love it, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, and it's good to see them getting expansive. You know, it's 7-2, and games like this, with 6 minutes to go, you can kind of start, I'm not saying practice, and with no disrespect to Freezing Hot, as here they go attacking now, is you do have the ability to just work on a few things that you might need later on in the day.
One thing I will say is if they're going to do it, I wouldn't run their legs to far box side and let Freezing get out easy. You know, like I'd still put it back to my box side and use some, you know, mental discipline on you know, your energy levels are going to be your energy levels. So I would conserve as much as I can rather than expressing myself, like you said. I know I called it early with Polder being the lucky star, but at the end of the day, you know, you still got to have legs. When it comes to the big stuff, you know, when it comes after one and all the big boys come out to play, you're going to have legs there, because that's when the real stuff starts.
They're not going away, as you can see. You know, like Freezing Hot, they're still running. They're looking to get the ball down the middle of the field. It's a nice little hit towards the sub box on the third touch. Letcher comes on. Here we go. They'll look for a 3-3 strike from the middle. Put both middles up so these boys can play touch, looking for the passive line. Buddha's come from the far side on a sweep. Oh, beautiful draw feed. And just like that, Pete, just as I was saying, they're not going away, even though it's unofficially 7-3.
I'd be a little bit upset if I was in the coaching box with the playing up. You know, they can't afford to do the drop-offs in terms of mindset defensively, you know. The defence is gonna be the win or lose of this, hands down. Yeah,
and there's just been a couple of, I suppose, mental lapses defensively, especially around that link channel from playing up. And you know, if I was involved in another club that's in this grade, I'd be feeding that information back to them over the lunch break there, Pete.
Well, it seems you've got a jersey on there. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway, yeah, as we go back and Freezing Hot hard on defence here, we go middle, looking at a splitter here. He goes there, runs a splitter, and then just runs the fake, and he was going to do the out there.
Yeah, and good hold from Buddha there. He saw it coming nice and early.
Point defender. Oh, and he lifts there. That left to right, if they, you know, like that left side winger, he's coming hard. Yeah, they all run their lines, just go big.
Yeah, what are you thinking, Pete? Just throw it straight over the top?
Yeah, straight over the top. Twice now, if what they're doing is just engage early link run and go straight over the top, you know. It's got to come from the box.
Yeah.
Split up, release, and over the top, yeah.
just the beautiful work of that.
I think they heard us. I think they heard us.
I think they heard you there.
Yeah.
Beautifully called before the play. And it was the repeat of set as well, and you know, a couple of knockdowns and played it all. It was kind of inevitable there that playing up we're going to pick the right option. So that plus to the dumper has been quite effective for playing up in this game.
Yes, yeah. And you know, like the work-ons for me is consistency in terms of what's our game plan, what's our strategy for this game. And I think that's something, if I had to go and talk to the coaches over there, is, you know, consistency and looking bigger picture of what's coming, you know, about what our outcomes are. As Freezing Hot run the splitter there, middle, they're going to, and a link lifts there. And then they got the link middle, a bit of a mad dog thing going on here. Got the pocket, Takoha's in the pocket defender as Manaia comes up and gets straight to work again. But it's just control here. They just want control and conservation. You know, get to a hip. And that's 3 there as Maddox comes through. Now they can start opening up a little bit of range here as they go wide. That's 4. And that's 5. Oh, that's some good feet there. Oh, she goes.
Good defence though, you know, there was some strong attack there. Tui on the far side there.
So there's a minute left in the game, our boys. So all we can hope for is, you know, everyone gets off the field and gets some water in. You know, freezing. You know, a valiant in defeat and playing up. You know, just have a look at some of their discipline things. You know, they've got a lot to, you know, to work on and improve until the big stuff there. Like, you know, yeah, that was probably not the touch to be made. He got the technique wrong, and you know, even the why. You know, at this stage, you know, with 30 seconds to go, I'd probably make that one and just drop into the 7 and then hold them there. Yeah, which is what happened.
Yeah, and just going back to it, you know, we kind of mentioned at the start that it was going to be Freezing Hot. We're going to need to play outstanding to compete in this game, and as they just snake one down the sideline there with Chops and Razor coming on, just even the energy and the foot speed coming on. Unfortunately for Freezing Hot, they just haven't been able to match playing up today, but on another day it might be different. But at this stage, playing up looking really, really strong at 8-3 coming into the final whistle. This will be the last play.
Oh, and a great stop by the winger there, great lift. He was always in the lane there. 3 seconds to go, and there's our Ōhope. Well done to playing up. You know, they've got a lot going for them, and you know, if you look at it, they've actually got a lot they can improve on. You know, valiant in defeat to Freezing Hot, who've been a stalwart of the Whakatane tournament, and hopefully for many years to come. So thank you very much to Freezing Hot, to you, my friend. Thank you very much for calling this one with me, and hopefully we'll see you later on today.
Yeah, 100%. And just quickly back to all our sponsors, thank you very, very much. Please come back and support this amazing kaupapa in our 38th year, the Whakatane Associate Charitable Trust Tournament. Underwood, Wilkins, Ake, Iceman, Struddys, the Lion Foundation, Te Tumu Heranga, Whakatane District Council and Whakatane Ōhope Community Board. Nā mihi nui, kia koutou, hei a kōnei, nā mihi.
We do have some amazing rakatahi that are doing the rounds.